Hi Luc, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
You said you took about 7 years to do this movie. Is this the longest movie of your life?
No, I'm very slow. No, it took me a long time to process the Big Blue or the Fifth Element and Valerian too. I love to put the seed, and wait to see how it grows, and sometimes it doesn't give anything. And Lucy, I wait for 10 years also before to do it, because it was about intelligence. And I was not intelligent enough, so I have to wait.
So you're always working in more than one movie?
Oh yeah. I mean, you have to grow tomatoes and salad, and you have to diversify your garden.
What's your favorite part of the process?
Oh, the best is writing.
Writing.
That's my favorite process. The second one is probably the shooting, because of the relation with the actors, and just to be the first moviegoer to watch them doing the takes, and sometimes you watch it and you say, oh my God, this is going to be iconic for sure.
You chose Dane in one meeting, and he read the script, and then you said, okay, that's it. How do you know that the actor is perfect for the movie?
For the same reason, are you married?
No, not
No.
yet.
One day you will say, that's him. And you have the choice of a billion guy, and then you're going to say, this is this one. Because you just know it. Is it the most intelligent or the most beautiful one? Probably not, but there's something in him that you like. And I know Valerian for 30 years, so when I met Dane, I can see the match. I can see that, yeah, that's the guy. I was lucky enough when I was younger to see, Natalie Portman the first time for Leon, or Mila Jovovich. She was 19, and it's the same thing. It's the same. You just smell it,
Working with Luc is such a joy-filled process. He makes movies because he loves movies, and this is the movies he wanted to make his entire life. So, I would walk on the set every day, and he'd give me a big hug, and he always had a smile on his face, and it really was it was fun. It was just fun.
Did he make you do anything, like work out or study anything?
Well, he didn't make me work out, but I did work out. I think it was important to do for the movie. Valerian's in good shape. He never gets tired. He runs a lot. He runs a lot. He saves the universe. So I needed to be able to do that, because some of the days were, like running a marathon.
You talked about the scene in the big market where you had to imagine a lot of stuff and run a lot. Was that your favorite scene to shoot in this movie?
I don't know. I mean, it's one I look back on like it was a good time, but there were so many fun scenes to shoot. I loved being in our spaceship because it was one of our only practical sets, and it just felt cool to be in your spaceship filming a movie.
I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's a scene you're interacting with something, and it's very emotional. So how do you get to that point?
I don't know. You just try to believe what's happening is happening. That's just kind of what acting is. And there's always a person there. So, you have someone to interact with, no matter what the scene is. Luc always made sure someone was there. So in that way, even though when you see it, it can look grand and fantastical and all that, the actual doing of it is pretty human and, a lot like any other acting.
You decide to shoot this movie in Paris. Do you have a reason? Do you prefer it?
Oh, first we choose to shoot in a studio, because we can't go in space to shoot the film. So then the studio could be anywhere, and why not Paris? Because Paris is also a big platform for movies, and there's a lot of artists over there. Like for the costume, for the set design, they're very good painters. They're very. The technicians are very talented in France, and it's my country. I was always sad when I did The Fifth Element. I was obliged to go to London. It was okay, it was nice, but I let all my friends in Paris because we don't have sound stages to make the film. So now we built some sound stages in France, so now we can make films over there. So it was just like a pleasure to be there.
I've shot all around the world. I don't think I've worked in the United States
really?
for 3 years.
Cool.
Yeah. And I love traveling, and I love seeing the world. It's like a perk of the job I never imagined. And Paris is an amazing location to make a film. It's truly awesome. And we got to live there for 6 months, and I loved it.
Do you know any French by now?
I feel like the only French that an American actor needs to know in Paris is Je suis prêt and je suis pas prêt, which is I am ready or I am not ready.
I just learned how to say I want a glass of wine, please, in
go.
every language when I travel.
Yeah.
I know you have a baby girl whose name is Bowie.
Yeah.
So obviously you're a fan of Bowie, David Bowie.
Yeah.
I wanted to know who else inspires you? Would you be starstruck if you saw?
Well, I mean, I don't really get starstruck by like other actors and stuff. I think I've gotten pretty used to meeting other actors, but I get really starstruck when I meet athletes. I think if I ever met or was in the same room as like Tiger Woods, who was a big hero of my childhood, I would be really nervous. I don't think I would even be able to go say hi to him.
What about a director you wanted to work with? If you could pick a director to do your next movie?
I'd love to work with Wes Anderson. I'd love to work with Paul Thomas Anderson, you know? I mean, there's a lot of other people I'd love to work with, but those two for sure.
I can imagine you in a Wes Anderson movie.
Cool.
You look like...
he can too.
Yeah. This movie is an adaptation of a comic book. Do you think it's easier to adapt when you're writing, or do you prefer going with your mind?
I can do both. I mean, Fifth Element, I go from scratch. When you have the comic books, you go from 0 to 1 step. But that's it. After 1 step, you have step 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. So it's a good help at the beginning. It's almost like you take a little bit of advance because you have already, themes and elements. But you still have to do the job for the film. So it's a good help, but it's not the main thing.
Did you get to see anything cool here in Brazil yet? Or you were just working?
I've just been working and I leave tonight.
Oh,
so
no.
I'll come back and I'll visit and I'll do like a proper Brazilian vacation.
Do you know we have this saying like, please come to Brazil? Everybody just say like on Twitter, please come to Brazil, please come to Brazil. Yeah. So please come back
I
to
will,
Brazil
for sure. I'll come with the family and it'll
yes.
be great.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.